Yo, wow, yo. I mean, wow, yo. Listen, this video is for all of the women out here saying, ain't no good men out here. This is a video for all the men out there that's saying, yo, ain't no good women out here. You know, remember Mr. Too Nice, the one that you rolled over and didn't respect Mr. Too Nice? Remember him? Yeah, that was a good one. Yo, bro, remember old girl that was a good girl, good quality girl, and you was in a zone in your life where you was just chasing your meat and trying to put your meat in every hole you can find, and you screwed her over and had a baby on her and she got tired of it, or you came home with an STD and she let you go? Yeah, that was a good one. Remember dude that was on his way to the bag, or that successful business, or had something going on in his life, but he pulled up on you and he had that regular car, but on the road to get in the bag, he ran across you and he was trying to pick you up to take you with him when he was going to that successful destination that he already had planned, that he already knew he was going to. Remember him? That was a good one. Hey, bro, remember when old girl you just stepped on and just walked over like she was nothing and she was doing everything right? She supported you when you was down on your ass. Ain't asked you for nothing, and guess what? You fucked that up. Remember that? Remember her? Oh yeah, that was a good one. Remember dude that he did everything. He gave you everything you wanted, you know. But while he was doing that man shit, he was a bitch ass motherfucker. He was just a punk, huh? Remember him? That was a good one. Remember shorty that was adding value to your life, bro? Was helping you come up and all that, didn't ask you for nothing, let you do your thing, huh? Didn't sweat you, didn't get on your nerves, didn't give you no attitudes all the time. Remember her? You fucked her over and just was still chasing your meat from a young man to a grown man. And guess what? That was a good one. So you mean to tell me, just because now that life has, or the seasons has changed in your life and it's wintertime now, that all the good ones now, they just poof and vanish off the face of the earth? That's what you telling me now. No, the problem is you. The problem is, see, that's why I always tell you, you got to stay in the mirror. Why? Because the mirror is not all about it's not all about vanity. It's about reflections. And the problem is you don't like what's reflecting back at you in the mirror. You feel what I'm saying? And in the wintertime, don't nothing grow. See, in the spring and the summertime, when things was popping and everything was just blooming for you, you ain't want to take advantage. You wasn't ready for the opportunity that was coming your way. You overlooked it because you thought it was always going to be spring and summer. But now it's winter and it's cold. And now what you want to do now, because ain't nothing going your way, you want to throw a temper tantrum like a little 3-year-old and talk about, ain't no good men out here, I'm giving up. Ain't no good women out here, I'm giving up. No, the problem is you got to start reflecting. You got to change that person that you see in the mirror. You got to start taking accountability of your actions and your choices. Because guess what? You had it right in your hand, but you fumbled it. Every time you fumbled it. And now that ain't no balls being thrown your way, guess what? You throwing that little temper tantrum. But you got to remember this, though, right? I know I was dramatic in the beginning, but one thing about what I'm telling you is you got to guard the gateway to your mind and stop listening to this crap. One of the stupidest things, in my opinion, that I'm hearing nowadays from women is, girl, you better not marry potential. What? Are you serious right now? Listen, everything that you've been running into ain't had no potential. Well, let me say this. They got potential, but not the potential that you want. You understand? Not the potential that you're talking about. That's why you got to be a leader. You got to separate yourself from everybody. Get in your own zone and start listening to yourself, listening to your own mind. It's like this. Whoever you pray to, right? You was praying for that good man or that good woman. It's a game that's at Chuck E. Cheese. You know what I mean? And the things pop up like this, and you take the little thing, boop, 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 and knock them down. So once you pray and all this stuff was coming your way, good man, good woman, good man, good woman, good man, good woman, like that, you would just boop, 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 because you thought you was too cute at that time. Boop, 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 because you was chasing your meat at that time. Boop, 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 because you thought you was the shit at that time. Boop, boop. Then the game went cold and won't nothing popping up your way, and now you throwing a temper tantrum. But you got to remember, again, the seasons always change. So guess what you got to do? You got to start preparing now in the wintertime. You want that body that you want next summer? You got to start preparing now in the wintertime. What is preparing when it comes to relationships? Changing who you are right now. Because right now, who you are ain't getting you what you want. You got to change you. Nobody's going to do it for you. That's why you got to stay in that mirror. Because if you ain't liking what's reflecting back at you because of the results that you getting from your choices, guess what you got to do? You got to start start making some different choices to get a different result. If you still making the same choices, getting the same results you've been getting, they call that insanity, don't they? Come on, let's think about it. Yo, women, they not difficult at all. Men, they not difficult at all. It's very simple. You just got to be ready for the opportunity when it comes. You got to be able to recognize it, right? And that means seeing potential. Let's go here. You know how everybody always is on Jay-Z and Beyonce like they just the magical couple of the world. Okay, remember that verse Jay-Z said when he said, I was ugly and you wouldn't touch me, but then I showed up in that dubbed out buggy and then you got fuzzy and you don't remember that and I don't remember you. That was potential when he was ugly and you wouldn't touch him. You didn't see that potential, but I bet you regret it now. You feel what I'm saying? Listen, y'all follow it, because all this is advice. You know what I'm saying? Follow whatever you want to follow. Listen to whatever you want to listen to, but I'm telling you, guard the gateways of your mind. You understand what I'm saying? Because you admit the same women that's talking that right now, let's see them in 10 years. Let's see them in 5 years from now. They going to still be by themselves. Trust me when I tell you, because they don't know how to recognize the right potential. You know what I'm talking about? I was listening to this motivational speaker, right? And he was saying he was teaching these little kids. And he said, he asked them a question. Like, yo, what if somebody put sugar in my coffee? What'd happen? They said, oh, you'll be okay. Then he said, what if somebody put some deadly poison in my coffee? What'd happen? Oh, you would die instantly, right? So he said, okay. Well, what if my worst enemy put sugar in my coffee? The kid said, oh, you'll be fine. What if my best friend, what if my mama, what if my cousin, what if my homeboy, what if my girlfriend, what if my bestie or whatever, even on mistake, put deadly poison in my coffee? What'd happen? Oh, you would die instantly. You get the point? This is the gateway to your mind. It don't matter where you getting this information from or who you getting it from. It could damage your mind and the outcome of your outcome of your life based on what you're allowing to go into your mind. It's called your subconscious mind, actually. So listening to a lot of negativity on this social media, being around a lot of people that's putting the wrong information in your mind is going to have real life consequences, and it's going to play out in your real life if you don't pay attention to it and guarding your mind. This is why you got to stay away from a lot of negativity and things that of that nature, because guess what? That becomes your reality. Real quick on how the subconscious mind works. Think about this. Because if you stay on these sites, if you stay listening to that it ain't no good men, it ain't no good women in it, winter going to be very long for you. It's going to extend past the season that winter is supposed to be here, right? I'm going to tell you how the subconscious mind works. Did you ever try to learn the Folgers commercial song? The best part of waking up is Folgers. You didn't try to learn that, but you heard it so much that guess what? When the commercial came up, you sung all the words and didn't even try to learn it. It's the same thing here, what you allow to go in your brain, your subconscious mind. It ends up becoming a reality that's a part of you and you don't even know it because it's so smooth how it get in. So that's why I say you need to get by yourself and start self-reflecting. Stay in your mirror by yourself so you can see you. Don't worry about what other people are doing because they still going to be single. They still going to be fronting like the single life is popping for them, and it ain't. The single life ain't popping for everybody. It's popping for some people, but for a lot of people, it ain't popping, but they going to front like it is. But you don't want to be a faker. You want to be somebody that's real. So you got to get in the mirror and get away from all this negativity. You got to get away from it on social media too, and be careful what you listen to. Switch what you're listening to. You understand what I'm saying? Because you listening to this stuff so much, it's become who you are. And now you're regurgitating this stuff and it's in you, then you ain't even try to put it there. But you did because you've been listening to it. So just switch what you listening to. Start listening to positive stuff. Start listening to the people that's telling you, oh, there's a lot of good people out here. You just got to be ready for the opportunities when they come. So it's winter time now. Get your shit together.